Alright, quick YouTube disclaimer. This video is for educational, documentary and news-based purposes. This is all based off of my opinions, and everything that you see is based off of my experiences. Also, this is not legal advice or medical advice whatsoever. I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. Alright, good morning, afternoon, evening everyone. Hope you're well and good. So today's video is slightly different. Today I want to talk about a couple of things regarding the new weights coming to medical. So the weights that are coming, I'm sure a lot of you are aware of, and maybe even seen them pop up in a few different dispensaries. Not everywhere is doing them at the moment, but some are. We'll get into that in a little, but yeah, let's just jump right in. So let's just go over some of the familiar weights and whatnot first. So we got 3.5, which is an eighth. We've got 7G, which is a quarter. Then we've got 14G, which is a half. And then we've got 28G, which is an ounce or an oz. Do I think all these weights need to be in medical? No. But let's just go through the weights that I believe now they are doing. So we've got our 10 grams, we've got our 15 grams. They are now bringing 3.5 grams and 7 grams, I believe. I am not 100% sure about the 14 and the 28 because a lot of us patients are prescribed from the 5 and the 10 grams increment. You know, like, you're not prescribed, let's say, 33.5. So I'm not sure how this is going to work with some people's weights, but I don't see the point personally in the 14 and 28s, considering you can already get, if you want a 28, you might as well just get 30 of the 10, you know, 3 of the 10 Gs. There's no point in doing that, because a little part of me is thinking a lot about what is the waste going to be like now. Waste is in our packing, you know, like there's already so much stuff that can't really be just like binned, and this material isn't great for the environment. I get why it's used, but it's not the best, is it? So what could really be the better way of doing this? Personally, I think maybe a way forward could have been 5 grams, 10 grams and 15 grams. I mean, that is 3 different sizes already, whereas I feel if they're doing the 3.5s, the 7s, if they are doing the 14s and the 28s, then we've already got the 15 and the 10s. I mean, it could be less, that less amounts of packing, or even, you know, a bigger bag but with just a different size wrote on it. It might just be the same. I'm not 100%. I've rambled on a bit about the same bit, but I'm just confused how this is going to work, and I've not actually seen many people have any of the alternative weights yet. So I guess we'll see how that goes. But I know some clinics aren't actually going to be offering it. Some have said we're sticking to the 10 and the 15 Gs. Now, I'm not I'm not sure about how long that's going to last, because I'm sure upon high requests and it being high demand from other distributors, I don't see how they're gonna not want to make money from it. So I believe the lower amount you buy, the more money you spend technically. I don't know how it varies. Again, I haven't personally got my hands on any of the alternative weights yet, but I kind of want to know how it's all going to work really and play out. So I'm just simply giving my views and what I think, and it'll be great to have a chat with all of you in the comments and see what you all think. But personally, I think it's going to work regardless. Now, is it the necessary move right now, or is there other things that could be more beneficial? I personally think there's better things that could be done right now. So, for example, we need a lot more quality control, we need fresher medication. That's just two examples, really important ones. There needs to be, along with quality control, a lot more checks on the trims and also for seeds. It's just a no-brainer, really. We definitely need more quality control. So is this going to also affect quality control as distributors, growers are just trying to frantically pack like all these different sizes to get them to dispensaries to then make money off of them? It's a whole thing that I'm wondering if it's going to cause a few delays as well. Personally, I genuinely think 5, 10, 15 would have been the step forward. Having said that, we all know these weights, they've worked for a very long time and they'll continue working. There's no doubt about that. But it also begs the question of what is holding it back from us having a walk-in dispensary where we can take our scripts and get our stuff there, see what we're getting, how much that would just step that quality control up. And I actually believe these weights would then play a huge role in communities and in getting the stigma down. I think they could work then, but until then I think it needs to be more simplified and the quality control needs to be there before all of this happens. Like, okay, there's gonna be the comments of, well, it's already grown, dried, and they're packing, you know, 10s and 15 pots or full pouches anyway, so what's the problem with these? It just means I feel there's going to be more of a rush and a demand to get these lower amounts packed because they can make more money on them instead of actually supplying the 10, 15s where it works out a little cheaper, and you know, people have already maybe had that one and it works. So that's another thought process, is it going to delay the actual process for patients month to month? And is it going to put a lot of pressure on the packing places? It's just, this is stuff that obviously time will tell, but you know, it's one of them. I don't know how it's going to work, especially that patients are prescribed, as I said, in 5 and 10G increments, like depending what's needed. But maybe that will start changing. Maybe new patients will start being prescribed different. I don't know. Or it might just stay the same. Who knows? Pretty much one of the kind of last couple of bits that I wanted to touch base on really is, what is this going to mean for the public as well? What are they going to start seeing? Because this could go two ways. Now there's some built up stigma in some of the media things I'm not going to get into, but you can find them about. There was the one about the alien dog strain name that was like this, you know, why are they having these sort of names on medical? There's also been like other articles slating it. There's articles that are for it as well, of course. I'll let you research and find all them. I'm not here to go into them in detail. But what are the public gonna actually think of this? Are they gonna think, well, this is turning more to the rec side now, or what are they gonna think? That's another thing that I've got in mind, because I don't know what this country holds for legalization. But yeah, we're not really on about that right now. But I don't know how it's gonna be looked at by the public reading these sort of articles that might not really understand the space so much. Alright, I'm mentioning this a little later on from recording. I did not mention in a key part of this bit, so I'm putting it in. I am all for legalization in this country. I feel like it can make a lot of money. I feel like it can help a lot of people have easier access to something that could, you know, help them a lot. So I just wanted to put that in. I'm all for legalization, so let's just hope we can at some point. But yeah, I don't think there's much else to touch base on. I think that's pretty much it. I made this video more because I'm interested to know what everybody else thinks. If any of you have actually had these new weights and know a bit more about it than I do, I'd be really interested to know. Other than that, thank you for listening to me ramble on for however long. Yeah, stay well, stay safe, and stay medicated. See you later, everyone.